think I have a good one, another good one today. We're doing a big 8,000 square foot church in Denver, so let's go in and have a look at this one. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about this one. So basically, this company, the church, called me out to recover this floor. Another company had come out and basically put down all this white epoxy and some of that green or red stuff you can see there, and basically didn't do a good job prepping the floor. And so they told me that they used a 220 grit sandpaper, like on a buffing sandpaper machine, and basically didn't grind the floor. And so I came out and I had to tell them, you have to start over with the PCB now, which is this blade that's on our grinder, and basically that blade just chews up that epoxy off the floor, and it's a big job to do that. So that's the blade, and you can kind of see it's special. It's not like the diamond blades. It's basically just ripping that floor up. And so we had to come in and basically take this floor completely off. So when you're looking at 8,000 square feet. And so this kind of shows an example of, I had my guys just start scraping it because, we're trying to get around to it with the grinder, but I mean, it would make our life easier if we could scrape some of it off. And it came up so easy with the scrapers that we just kept scraping and just kept bringing out more guys to scrape. And then we used the PCB grinder. You can see how slow we're going here. It's a snail's pace. So when you're talking 8,000 square feet, you're just moving at a real slow pace. So we went into the wee hours of the morning grinding on this, but you can see how easy that comes up, and you can see how shiny that concrete is. This should not be shiny like that at all. Like that should have grind circles in it from grinding, not just basically like paint some epoxy down on some slippery concrete. This is what you're going to get, 8,000 square feet of delamination. And I'm telling you, it was scary when I went out because I had to recover this, And anyway, so we'll move forward. So this, I set up 3 workstations to basically do the epoxy application. And so this is a primer, that's our new primer down, so all the grinding is already done. And then I have 3 workstations here for spinning up pots, so 3 spin stations. This is just showing the product finally arriving. We were excited. Now we have the product. We're starting to open up. I had 2 guys on each of 3 spin stations. And I have Rafi is one of my main guys, and he coordinated basically the whole thing. And so he's coordinating these 6 guys at my call-outs on what colors I need. And on this one we used white, we used cappuccino, we used snowbound, cappuccino, charcoal, pewter, I think that's it. And so, I was calling out in sections, and so I had 6 guys on the floor, including myself, and we're moving product now, so we're starting to move product. I was the guy pouring everything out, and I did these in 4 squares, so it was almost like a garage size. It was basically it was 400 square feet, so it was like 19 by 19, 19 by 20. So it was like 400 square feet for a kind of a 4 square. And so we were working in 400 square foot sections, so that's 20 sections that we had. And so I tried to be really consistent with the pour out and be the only one doing it. So you can see here I'm pouring out. But I tried to be really consistent with the pour out on the amount for each 400 square foot section. Our application rate is 55 to 65 square feet per gallon. And that's what our rakes are too. Our rakes are 1/4-inch rakes that will rake out at 55 to 65 square feet per gallon. So we're basically raking out and then rolling over.
Yeah, and then roll with that. Somebody should be rolling this. Yeah, on that one. Yeah. Be sure to roll with the, like right with the 45. Yeah, that corner's there. You should be rolling here.
So I just grabbed the roller here, just making sure that we're following the pattern because it's really, really important, right? So our pattern is working across from one corner to the other, going exactly across that corner. And so we call it a straight 45 because I'm pouring out in straight giant raindrops. And then they're pulling the product with the rake, just knocking down the edges, the sharp edges. And then the rollers come through and do a 45-degree angle cross roll on that. And it's really important to stay really consistent. That's why we have two reference points in this giant room, right? So one of our reference points is one corner, and then exactly opposite that corner is a 45-degree angle, and so that's our reference point constantly to be rolling across that 45. Straight 45 is the technique. So now here we're just about finished with this. We're basically all out on that outer edge, just rolling that out now. So we're almost finished. We probably have about 20 minutes left, 30 minutes. You can see all my rakers and rollers off the floor. We narrowed that down from 3 stations to 2 to 1. Basically just backed our way out of this whole project.
Really, really nice.